Hello everybody, this is a video that's going to help you create your pie chart for your My Daily Life assignment. So I'm at the stage now, I'm in Google Sheets. I've put in my categories and the amount of hours I've spent on them. The hours should be in the form of decimals, so if it's 5.5, that obviously, or 5.5 means 5.5. 0.5 means half an hour. 0.25 means 15 minutes. If you just want to stick to whole numbers or halves, that's okay. I'm going to show you quickly how to harness the power of Google Sheets to calculate something like the total. I mean, I could punch it in on my calculator, or I could simply hit the equals button. Google Sheets knows I'm going to be using a formula, and what I want is a sum. And sum means I'm getting an answer to an addition, and I want a sum of all these numbers. So I just highlighted all these categories. So it's a sum from B12 to B11. This is cell B2. There's column B, row 2, down to B11. And now if I press enter, it automatically added up all my hours, and it should equal out to 24. Let's say it was 23. I can adjust one of my times. I can add an hour there and it'll automatically calculate it. Now what I need to do is get the percentage of the day that all these different activities are. So I'm going to use another formula. I'm going to press equals. And if I take the number of hours an activity took, divided, that's a / by 24, the number of hours in a day, and it gave me a decimal number like this. Now this probably doesn't mean much to you, but if I click on my percentage button up here, it now gives me a percentage, and I want to round it up to the nearest whole number, so I'm going to decrease it by 2 decimal points, and there we go. 5.5 hours of school is 23% of my day. Now I want to take my mouse. I don't want this black arrow or this white hand. I want to go right over top of this little blue square in the corner and get these crosshairs. And then I grab that corner and I'm going to pull down to my hobby category. And just like magic, I'm going to just center it up here. It calculated the percentage of each one of my activities. I didn't have to punch it in manually one by one. And now I want to make sure that these all add up to 100%. So I'm going to get a sum again. I'm going to press equals, sum. And it's already guessing that I want to use the cells from C2 to C11. So that's all these cells. I'm just going to simply click on that. See, there's C2 down to C11. I'm going to hit the enter key. And there we go, 100%, which is what we want. I'm going to highlight my activities, the hours, and the percentages. I'm not going to do the totals or the top categories. And this button over here is my insert chart button. So I'm going to click on that and give Sheets a moment to calculate and create a graph. It chose to do a bar graph or a double bar graph. And it's actually comparing hours to percentage. But I want to change that to a pie chart. So I'm going to scroll through here and choose pie chart. Okay, I'm going to close that. I'm going to just move this over with my arrow keys so I'm not covering up part of my graph. So that now that my pie chart is finished, I could see that all this information that's on here in the table is shown over here. And I can take a look at it and look at something like sleep, which actually looks like a big piece, but really I should be sleeping more than 29% of the time when I'm 10 or 11 years old. Screen time, 16.7% of the time, that's probably way too high. And so just at a glance, this pie chart lets me see if my day is balanced out or not.